Bishop Zinkula, members of the Board of Trustees, Sister Joan and the Platform Party, faculty and staff, honored guests, friends, family, and graduating class. Welcome to the Winter 2018 Commencement Ceremony. So this past August, Sister Joan called me and left a phone message to call her back. You all need to know that Sister Joan doesn't call very often, and when she does, it's always something important. We played phone tag for a while, and in the meantime, I talked to some of my colleagues to see if they had any ideas why she might be calling me. One of them suggested that she might be calling to ask if I would consider to give this commencement address. At first, I dismissed the idea, but then I wondered if it was the actual reason for the phone call. And I remember thinking to myself, oh, I really hope she's calling to ask me to donate a kidney or to some other major organ, because that would be so much easier. However, even though the initial thought was a little daunting, it truly is an honor. And so, Sister Joan, I'd like to thank you for the opportunity. My mom and dad couldn't be here this morning, but they'll be watching on YouTube, so I wanted to take a moment to wish them a happy 63rd wedding anniversary and to thank them for everything they've done for helping me get where I am today. Thank you. Mom and Dad, I've come a long way from that one-room schoolhouse out on the Kansas prairie, haven't I? But let's get to the reason why we're here. It's to honor you, the graduates of the class of 2018. Congratulations to you all. It's nice to look out amongst you and see a number of familiar faces. When I was asked to speak, I started right away of thinking what I would say to you as the graduating class. I researched famous commencement addresses of the past and was tempted to use a very short one, made famous by Winston Churchill, as he addressed the graduates at Harrow School. When he stood up, he said, "Never, never, never give up." And then he sat back down again. Now, I'm sure that you graduates would appreciate brevity like that, but I'm no Winston Churchill, so I can't make any promises. And to defend my longer talk, in my research I found out that this version of Churchill's message is actually an urban legend, and in reality was longer. So as a professor, I also feel compelled to remind you to always check your sources before you include them in a paper. But hopefully today I can give you some words of wisdom from what I've discovered throughout my life and throughout my academic career. I came up with 5 points, 5 things that I believe will help you to be successful in life and in your career. First, find things that you are passionate about. That seems kind of obvious, and hopefully you found one passion already, and that's the reason that you chose the particular discipline that you decided to study. Because being passionate about what you do gives purpose to your life and makes it so much easier to get up and go to work every day. But don't make your job the only thing that you're passionate about. Find something outside of your profession that adds richness to the lives of others. Whether it be mentoring young people, serving in a soup kitchen, raising a family, whatever it is. Second, don't be afraid to seek help when you need it. Whether it be professional help, emotional, or spiritual. One of the things that you can do is stay in touch with your professors when you need advice. We love to give it. Stay connected to family and friends. These are the ones who will help you get through the difficult times in your life. And trust me, the tough times will come. Don't think of this as a weakness, because it actually takes a lot more strength to ask for help. My third point is related to the second one. Stay humble. Part of an education can actually take away our humility if we're not careful. You've learned a lot during your time at St. Ambrose and might feel like you know it all and that you're ready to conquer the world. But remember, you can always learn more. You should learn more. Stay open to learning and listen to the people around you. In the Gospel of Luke, chapter 14, verse 11, it says, "For those who exalt themselves will be humbled, and those who humble themselves will be exalted." I think this speaks to an idea called servant leadership. Servant leadership means, in part, to be leaders, but to be humble about it. Serve those whom you lead. I have to admit I'm still working on this one. Fourth, your word needs to mean something. Make your best efforts never to lie. This is something that my dad taught me from a very young age. People see your character through your words and your actions, but realize that you're not perfect, nor is anyone else, and that you're going to make mistakes. So be respectful of others, and when you realize that you're not, ask for forgiveness. And finally, don't forget to keep God the focus of your life, the center of your relationships, and your main purpose for living, your ultimate driving passion. In the book of Proverbs, chapter 3, verse 6, it says, "In all your ways acknowledge him, and he will make your path straight." In other words, learn to lean on God for your help, your strength, and your hope. Don't make him a footnote in your life. So to wrap up, we've all had different paths to get to our education. As I mentioned, mine started in a one-room schoolhouse. I'm also part of a group called First Generation College Students, those who are in the first generation of their families to attend college. Each of you had a unique path for getting to this point, and each of you is going to have a unique way of implementing these 5 points I talked about. Now, I know that you won't remember everything about this talk today, but if you need a reminder of the components that make up a good life, just go to the SAU website and read the mission of the university. And I want to read part of that here. St. Ambrose University enables its students to develop intellectually, ethically, socially, artistically, and physically, to enrich their own lives and the lives of others. These are the components of a successful and a well-lived life. They are all important, but finding the balance is the difficult part. So take your first step toward this new adventure. Just remember to thank those individuals who helped you get to this momentous occasion. So once again, let me congratulate you, the graduates of 2018. Thank you.